What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is part two. Out here working on the tractor. This is actually the same day as the last video was filmed. Anyway, that was this morning. This is this afternoon. This is what I've got accomplished today. I've got all the sheet metal and everything off here sitting on the floor along with the seat and everything. And I've been buffing on the paint. I want to see if I could get it shined up some. As you can see, it seems to be coming along good. The buffing seems to do really well on the paint. It does not affect the powder coat here. I guess this is powder coat on this and on the loader as well as much, but it definitely helps it. You can see the reflection there, and you can see over here on the inside what that looks like there. So it is helping, and I got one of these mini buffing wheel kits I'd picked up when I did my big truck hood when I painted it back a year or so ago, and I'd never opened it, so I grabbed that out, and I'm using that along with this Meguiar's heavy cut compound to cut this, and so far it's looking pretty good. You can see the difference there over here where I kind of stopped at, right there. You can see the difference in that fender right there on the other side. And so I'm just piddling around, and I've gotten a lot of stuff taken loose here, also for the clutch job as well. And probably the next thing I'm going to do is drop this fuel tank and then get up under it and start on the bottom. A couple other things I've discovered after I got it washed up so I could see. As you can see, it's much cleaner now. I spent a couple hours pressure washing it, getting everything all cleaned up. And all that white stuff is just the buffing compound that slung off the buffer where I had a little too much on there. Not a big issue. Get it up later, clean it up. And the other issues I found was, I believe that the neutral safety switch is bad, which is right here on the bottom of the shift tower here. See the shifter there, and I say that because there's a light on the dash that shows the N for neutral, and the light is not coming on now. And I haven't tried to jump these wires here yet. I probably will. I'll probably get a paper clip or try to jump over. I might just order a sensor. Seeing as how I already got the, I'm having to order parts anyway, I'll probably just order a sensor and put in it, because it can't be very high. But anyway, it won't start, and I had to jump the starter solenoid a couple of times. I've cranked it since. But I've got the battery box here out. The battery's over here on the floor. Battery box is all over here. Got all that loose so I can get to the bell housing bolts here on this side at least. And looks like I'm going to have to take this mount here loose, drop it down, get it out of the way, and then I can take some of the lines and hoses and stuff away. I've got to get under the bottom and take the drive shaft and everything going to the front loose. Also, I've got an oil leak. You can see the oil on here on the floor. It's hydraulic leak. And that looks like the sensor right here. It was a small leak to start with, and then after I wash it, it's a big leak. See how that's loose? It's a pretty good stream of little oil coming out of that. And I'm assuming that's a transmission pressure sensor or something of that nature. It's up at the top, so it can't be a temp sensor. It has to be some kind of pressure sensor or something of that nature. So that's where I'm at, pretty much at the end of day one. I'm probably going to tinker with it just a little bit more before it gets too late. But that's the most part. Oh, and I got some pieces of wood here, cut some wedges, and drove in between the front axle and the frame there on each side, like that. That should keep this thing from twisting, because as you know, that front axle pivots. And probably how I'm going to do this is put a floor jack up under the front in the center, and put me some jack stands or whatever on the back to hold it up, and when I split it, that should roll forward without it rocking side to side. It should allow it to roll straight forward and be split. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Not sure how most people do it, but that's what I'm going for. I've got to get this fuel tank off, as you can see, because I can't get down in here to the bolts back there. I don't think it's that big a deal to get this off. It looks like just take that strap there, and there's one strap back there, and I think it will just slide out right here like this, and then I can pull this step off as I did on the other side after I remove the battery box. And then I should be pretty close right there at it, other than, like I say, the drive shaft up under here, and that plate right there has to come off. And I think it'll split right here at these bolts, and not have to drop all this loader subframe off as well. At least that's what I'm hoping for, so we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, I figured I'd set you up right there, and while I do a little bit more buffing on the front of this right here, I'll be working on this piece right here, just using this little 3-inch buffing pad that I got from Harbor Freight. And I forget how much this was. I want to say it was less than 20 bucks. And I'm just going to put some on there like that right there. Close that up. Rub this around so maybe it won't sling everywhere as bad. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time or a whole lot of effort to do this. And it seems to work quite well. So if you got a faded tractor, it might work pretty good for you. Can't really get there because this grill guard in the way. Could remove the grill guard. But I'm probably done. At least not right now anyways. This is just with the heavy cut compound, and you can see how much better that's looking. It's not, been polished yet. I've got polishing compound over there, and then probably put a protective layer of wax on it, and then it'll be kept inside. So it should be okay. I'm really surprised that it's coming back as good as it is. For as bad as it looked, as faded as it looked, I was afraid it was going to be a big ordeal. I may have to paint it or whatnot, but it's coming back and looking pretty good right there. Say I'll hit it with a polish and put some wax on it, and it'll look almost like a brand new tractor, other than that one big dent in the hood right there. I don't know how they did that, but I'm probably not going to worry about it. It's not big enough to worry about really, and the loader will kind of hide that anyway when your loader frame is up there. So not a big deal. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get the other side buffed up while it's in the shop and I got everything taken apart. I forgot to steam clean these when I had everything. I had the tractor outside and I was steam cleaning it, and I left the covers inside and I forgot about them until I got the steam cleaner, all the hoses disconnected and rolled up and everything. Then when I pulled the tractor back in the shop, I realized that I forgot all this stuff, so I'll have to hook everything back up, get all this steam cleaned as well, and I will go ahead and buff all these panels here while I have them off, lay them up on sawhorses or whatnot. Go ahead and get them buffed so they look good, put a coat of wax on them, and get them stuck back on there. That way when I go back together with it, it'll roll out of here looking like a lot newer tractor than it did when it rolled in here. So anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to piddle with this just a little bit longer before I call it a day. But that's all for the video. I guess in the next one we will be trying to get the thing split and see what's going on with the clutch and how many parts we get to buy. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.